morning. Yeah, today I woke up out of a dream that seemed a little bit more metaphorical and a little bit more symbolic, almost like what I would call prophecy, almost. Not really, because that's ridiculous, but it seemed like that. There was that kind of weight on this dream. It seemed a little bit different to my other dreams in comparison because it didn't feature food or me in a clown suit or something crazy like that. This one This one seemed to come in three stages. There's like three parts to this dream, which were quite specific and different from each other. But they all seem somehow related. So the first part of the dream was this woman standing at her bedroom window, and I was looking in, and I could see her bed lying out horizontally in front of her, and she was standing in front of it in a black silk nightgown with black long hair, and she was looking straight out the window at me, and she said, "Your mind is like a bedroom at night. If you keep your curtains drawn, you don't let any light out into the street, and nothing can ever get in. But the more you open your curtains, the more you reveal your room to the unknown, and more of the unknown you reveal to yourself." Now, it was very specific. Later, after I woke up out of this dream, I went straight to my Mac here, and I typed that quote up straight from my head, and it just flowed straight out. So it's odd that was very specific, but it seemed to have some sort of meaning weighed to it as well, as you can see. From there, when she realised that someone was looking through a window, which, as far as I can tell, was me, she drew these two weapons out from the cuffs of her nightgown, and they look like this. So you can see that it was sort of like a crucifix with these odd blades jutting out of the end. And she looked at me, and then it seemed like she was about to attack, or she had that sort of look in her eye, and all of a sudden it cut away. And the next thing I remember is the second half of my dream. So the second half of my dream was that I saw myself and my sister. We were walking through the town that I live in, Lilydale. And it was more surreal, obviously, because it was a dream. The buildings were made of this smooth, round steel and coloured with these odd sort of oily, that refractive oil colours. It's like every colour of the rainbow that are hidden in when you look at oil in a certain light. It was like that, looking at all these buildings, and all the lights were on. And all the curtains were open in all these buildings and all the shops, everyone's houses, but no one was home, as cliche as that sounds, but that's what it was. And as we started to approach my old high school, which is further into the centre of the town, I could hear music, and as my sister was talking to me, she was completely drowned out, like she was on mute, to this song that I heard. Again, when I woke up, I went to GarageBand and I recorded exactly what I heard, and I didn't stop until that was exactly what I heard in my dream. So it sounded like this. So the third part of the dream was that I was in an art studio. I've never been in an art studio, but from what I could tell, it was an art studio, and I was surrounded by canvases, and I was painting on one, and below me there was all sort of odd mixes of purples and reds of acrylic paint that came up to my ankles. So I was ankle deep in paint in this empty art studio, and I was working on a picture in front of me, and it seemed unfinished at the time that I was looking at it, but it appeared to be a picture of a man, and he was, or some sort of, it seemed almost alien-like. He didn't seem quite human, and he was hunched over and looking down, and there was a lot of purples and greens used, and I remember that the art teacher, who was the only other person in the room, walked up to me and looked at my painting and looked at me and said, "Alien unto himself." And then, so I've sort of attached that to that painting, and I woke up then, and these 3 stages were what I remembered, so I went straight to it. So this is what the painting looks like. That's what I did on Paint, on the Mac, so you can sort of get a rough idea. All these things you can see will be up on my MySpace as well, because I'll probably put a blog up about this same dream. So yeah, be sure to check it out if you want to have a bit of a closer look later. But yeah, but so far I'm not quite sure what it all means, but I'm sure I'm going to be using these. I feel like I should use these 3 things, the prophecy, you could call it, the painting, and the song. I feel like these things are all things I should use, so I'm going to. So keep an eye out, because I probably will be putting them up here or on my MySpace, so be sure to keep an eye on. Alright, but anyway, thanks for listening to my craziness, and I'll probably be seeing you guys later in the week, because I'll probably be posting about a video a week, I would say is fair. So I'll do that. Alright, thanks for watching.